Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2 kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
All right, welcome back. We want to give you some updates on generators and things of that nature. Travis Terrebonne is with us, the owner of Gators, and I know you have been a busy man. What's it been like?
Not a lot of sleep over the last 7 days, but I'm happy with the way things turned out. I mean, it was a scare. I think the area was spared, but we learned a lot.
Yeah, and nobody knows what's going on, but a lot of people's generators were giving them problems, and I think what people are mainly looking for is service. Man, can somebody at least call me back if I have a service agreement and all that? And I know you take a lot of pride in that.
I do. Our response, man, if I do anything on this segment, it's going to be to shout out my team. We had literally worldwide, had 2 girls working in the Philippines at night, building dispatch spreadsheets. Within the first 48 hours of the storm, we repaired 111 generators. And still counting the numbers now, trying to total it up. So we were out and about 24 hours a day, about an hour after the storm passed.
You know, these things teach us so much, Travis, but you know, when we're talking about, we almost had people die in the Broadmoor area because we preach it a lot of times, but people get desperate, they start off the thing. And sometimes they don't have the generator in their house, but the wind's blowing. Yeah. Now, so we got to be careful there.
Yeah, and you got vented box ends on houses, and there's ways that it'll get through, especially an inefficient home that's not, relatively new. Gas is going to find its way in, fumes are going to find their way in. So, fortunately, we didn't witness any of that, but generator safety is paramount for sure.
Not knowing where anything will go, we don't even know what the repercussions of people's generators are, but on one of the shows previous, you were talking about diesel. Diesel's still a workhorse.
Yeah, sure.
It's a workhorse, and I think you were even thinking propane at one point.
Diesel is still the only true, what I would consider a prime power product. Even if a diesel unit is rated for standby, that's just the rating, but it's the only thing that you can start up during a storm and not turn off. Propane, everybody's natural gas generator can and will run on propane, and that's the way they're designed. So if you were in an area that struggled with gas pressure, give us a call. We got propane packages. We can convert that unit. We could even finance the installation of the propane tank. That's something we're looking at launching very soon with some propane partners. But a lot of problems we saw were lack of maintenance. Everybody thought, well, I could change my own oil. That's only 10% of what goes on to keeping these things going, especially the new products. They're computers. They got firmware updates that need to be required, a lot of different controllers. The Entergy, Sleeka, the electrical company, when they would go back online, sometimes that power surge would fry a transfer switch coil. Units not on surge protection. So we just saw a lot of negligence. So we're going to focus like we've never focused before on consumer education.
You got to be home to do that.
Yeah, you got to be home. That's dangerous. Even an automatic transfer switch, if you're trying to keep your food and stuff like that, it's the best and worst thing ever brought to the standby generator industry. It's super convenient. But when they design these things, they don't design them for widespread outage where you have 100,000 people in a parish or county out of power, all of them switching on at the same time. So we worked with our local officials. We'll meet with gas companies tomorrow and again on Wednesday to try to rectify some of these problems. But I'm excited about it. I think we got some innovative things coming to the industry in way of propane and alternate fuel sources. I think the one thing we learned was people weren't prepared, even though as many times as me and you got on the air and we got on social media, the calls that took place from 48 hours before the storm to now have been.
I know they saw you because everybody, who's that Travis guy again? Blah, blah, blah. But it's I mean, you're out there. I mean, you're really working it hard, but to be on the safe side, people need to start thinking out the box in all of the aspects of the storm, which include the generator.
Absolutely. If you have a generator and you did it economically, it's one thing to make an economic decision, but spend the money on a service contract, because it's not what you're buying, it's who you're buying. Who is going to show up, who's going to respond, who's going to be on the cutting edge of mass communications to let people know, hey, here's a video on how to do this ahead of time. I think we did a great job at that. And one thing is that service provider, make sure you have a maintenance kit. Even though you have a maintenance contract, keep a maintenance kit in your home. We try to restock them for the consumer every single year. Make sure you understand the nuances of how to work your unit on manual, whereas when our guys are doing the walkthrough, clients got everything going on, they paying attention, they're so excited for their purchase, they didn't pay attention to what to do if it doesn't start. And so consumer education for the rest of the year for us is going to be paramount. Be looking on social media for tons of videos from us.
I learned, don't be a mechanic if you're not.
I saw some shade tree stuff go on for sure.
Don't be an air conditioner man if you don't know anything about air conditioning.
I got a couple generators running with paper clips. My guys did amazing. We bypassed a lot of things to get people power that needed power, but my philosophy was you got to walk the walk. And I figured if I didn't quit, my team wasn't going to quit. And so I was the last one to turn the light off at night every day and make sure my guys got home safe. And I was the first one out in the morning doing service work myself, dragging my kids with me. My son carried my tool bag and my daughter booked my calls. So
they'll know the business when they
that's
get
the
older.
idea. Yep.
Travis, thank you so much. Appreciate what y'all did. Keep us posted on, on the new stuff coming
Sure.
out.
We'll be
gonna
back.
Interesting. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back a lot more here on HTV. Don't go away.